30% of the NFL this year, 30%, a third, will be more interesting just because of quarterback play. Okay, let's start. I'll give you just the 10 teams that will be more captivating simply because of quarterbacks, and it's a quarterback league. Number one's Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, obviously. He got hurt first quarter of a game against Minnesota. Counting that game, they went 3-7 without him, and they were unwatchable. They were shut out twice at home without him. Shut out at home. They hadn't been shut out at home in over a decade. They were shut out twice without him. By the way, 3 wins, 2 of them were overtime over bad teams. Aaron Rodgers is back. Packer ratings up. Carson Wentz, on track to be the MVP, got hurt last month, didn't play. Nothing against Nick Foles. I know everybody in Philly likes him, but if I gave you a choice today, who would you rather watch, Wentz or Foles? Who would you rather watch? Wentz over Foles. Carson Wentz is back. To me, the next great superstar quarterback in this NFL wasn't around counting the playoffs for the last 6 weeks of it. Deshaun Watson, Houston. Did you watch what happened to Houston last year when Deshaun Watson got hurt? They were a grease fire. I think they lost their last 6 games. I mean, they were using like CFL guys, AAU guys. They were awful. Meanwhile, Deshaun Watson had the most touchdowns for any player through 7 games ever. I don't know. I think he's kind of exciting. Houston's a major market. I picked him to win their division. So is everybody else. He's back. Andrew Luck. I don't know. Have you seen the Colts with him? They win 11 games. They score 30 with him. Have you seen the Colts without him? Oh, they're maybe the worst team in the league. They were last in yards per play without Andrew Luck. I'm going to roll the dice and say they'll be top 10 in yards per play with Andrew Luck. He didn't play a down last year. He was, before Carson Wentz, the next great generational quarterback. He returns. How about Jimmy Garoppolo? Beginning of last year, he was a backup. Now, he's 7-0 as a starter and dating an adult film star. I don't like the choice, but he's interesting. He made a very interesting personnel decision, an adult film star. San Francisco, unwatchable for the last 2.5 years. Now, you've got Tom Brady with more interesting partner choices. You think that's going to be interesting in the 3rd biggest city in the country, 4th biggest city? Now to guys we don't know about that are really exciting, though. Patrick Mahomes, loaded roster in Kansas City. One of the great play callers in Andy Reid. They traded up, moved up to get him in the draft. People are saying he has the strongest NFL arm ever, like Favre-like, better than Cam's. They've got all sorts of amazing skill people. Tyreek Hill. Yeah. Travis Kelce. You don't think that's going to be more interesting? I think they're going to be interesting. Then there's Baker Mayfield. I don't know, semi-controversial? Play, not play? I got to say this. I wouldn't have picked him number 1, but if he's on television this year, I'm watching the Browns. Were you watching the Browns last year at 0-16? Not if you lived anywhere outside of Ohio. Their ratings are going to go up. There's Lamar Jackson, an exhilarating talent, a great college player, and I believe has a Tebow quality. He is going to create a firestorm in Baltimore. Because much like Tebow, profoundly popular and successful in college, first-round pick, so fans want to see him play, and Denver's fans and now Baltimore's fans aren't happy with the current situation at quarterback. You don't think Joe Flacco, Lamar Jackson's going to be a fascinating story this year? That is going to be a fireworks show. And I guarantee you, the media is going to want to see Lamar Jackson. He hasn't had anything more than like an OTA, and I'm already reading Lamar Jackson stories. He's the East Coast version of Tebow. They're going to be demanding he play very early. How about Josh Rosen, the most political, outspoken quarterback in this year's draft in Arizona, a team that desperately needs a quarterback? I mean, he's already controversial. He was controversial in college. Hot tub, dorm room. You don't think Arizona's going to be more watchable this year? Sam Bradford, Josh Rosen? And then finally, Sam Darnold. Maybe you've heard of New York City. It's a big place with tall buildings. They have, in my opinion, along with Carson Wentz, the next transcendent quarterback in the league. Listen, a third of the league is significantly more interesting at the most compelling position. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.